Hi friends, welcome to BVR English for All YouTube channel. In our previous classes, we discussed wonderful lessons from both first year and second year. Today also we are going to discuss a nice poem from intermediate first year, the first poem in the poetry, Commonwealth of Bees, written by William Shakespeare. Let's know about a few details about William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is a creative genius in English literature as a playwright and also poet. Playwright means he is the writer of many plays and he also composed many poems that are very well renowned. He lived between 1564 to 1616. He wrote 36 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems also. Hamlet, Macbeth, Henry V, Julius Caesar, The Merchant of Venice, The Tempest, Othello, As You Like It are some of his major works. He is really a great poet, great playwright. He is a genius. Why? Because he has great understanding on the human mind and its consciousness, and that reflects in his writings. Now let's know about the poem. Before going to appreciate the poem, let's know about a few details about the background of the poem. The poem is taken from Shakespeare's play Henry V, from that Act 1, Scene 2. It's a part of speech of Archbishop of Canterbury. Here we see Henry became the king after his father to England. Henry is young king and he has some advisors like Archbishop. Archbishop means the chief priest of the church, who is an intellectual who advises him, this king, in his administration. And Henry's mother belongs to France. His father belongs to England. That means he is heir of France. He has to inherit some properties from France also. That's why he wants to invade on France also, but he is in dilemma whether to invade on France or not, whether his destiny is correct or not. He is in dilemma. Then he orders this archbishop to advise him in this regard. Then archbishop narrates a story about honeybees and its kingdom that killed the Commonwealth of Bees. And he advises this king Henry V to learn from honeybees that has a lot of organization skills, lot of administration skills. We the human beings have to learn from the honeybees. In such a way, he gives a long speech regarding that good qualities of that honeybees and the greatness of the honeybees and its administration. And coming to the honeybees, we have a lot of facts. We have honeybees are very interesting to know and very interesting to observe. Honeybees are the only insects that we the human beings have the food from them. They make the food and we take that food for us, for ourselves, and the honeybees are the only insects that make food for us. And when they collect nectar from the flowers, there are some interesting facts also. And on an average, they collect nectar from the flowers, 2 million flowers. Such a great task involving in their collection, and we simply take that honey from them, from that beehive. and honeybees can fly 6 miles at once. And they know also some dance called waggle dance, because they want sometimes when they find some nectar means the sweet liquid substance that from flowers. When they find that nectar, uh, to give information or to send information to other honeybees, they they dance means that waggle, that is called waggle dance. And here in a beehive colony they live 20,000 to 60,000. And the male bee is called drone. Actually the male bee doesn't is unproductive, doesn't do any work. And only the queen bee is the king of the or queen of the kingdom or their state. And honey, we know honey in every home, it is there. And it is a medicine for us, because it has a lot of medicinal benefits also. And when they make some honey beehive structure, when we observe that beehive structure, the beehive structure also has some interesting facts. Because when we observe the structure, there are some hexagonal shaped cells are there. And out of their wax, these bee wax, they make that honey beehive. And these honeybees have remarkable memory power also, because when they go to some place they remember it, they never forget it. Such kind of brain functioning also very important for them. And last but not least, they have organization skills. Coming to that point, we have to discuss our present poem. Organization skills means they have they organize everything in a proper manner. We say proper planning is very important for our success, like that we say. mm, in that planning they are very rich in planning or organization in a smooth manner and in appropriate manner. And after making that honey, they eat only 1 by 12th of that tablespoon. And the remaining, we the human beings take that honey from them, from the beehive. Okay, these are the excellent details about the poem and also the honeybees. Now we have our Commonwealth of Bees, William Shakespeare. So from the background we can understand that Commonwealth means a kingdom or a state or a country that is independent, means that is not in the hands of any other power. Commonwealth of Bees means here bees have its own kingdom, their own country, and that kingdom is ruled by them, by the people, or by the bees, by the bees. Okay, like that. And it is the speech of Archbishop of Canterbury and Henry V. There is a conversation here. To us, our poet William Shakespeare tells these words to us. Okay. For so work the honeybees, creatures that by a rule in nature teach the act of order to a people kingdom. They have a king and officers of state. For so work the honeybees. Honeybees are the creatures, they are the small insects, the tiny insects, by a rule in nature teach the act of order to a peopled kingdom. We the people, we the human beings, we live in a kingdom. We have to learn the act of order. Act of order means the honeybees have certain lifestyle. The lifestyle is very organized. They have organized skills also, organizing skills. We have to learn this skill from the honeybees. Why? Because each and every part of our life we need planning, we need proper organization of everything. That's why from these small tiny insects we have to learn that kind of organization skills to a peopled kingdom. To a peopled kingdom, here Archbishop talks about this people kingdom, means he is advising that King Henry, we the people maintaining ruling the kingdom, we need this kind of rule, means act of order. We have to maintain a proper organization such as administration skills, and we have to divide the works, and we have to maintain the law and order, all the things very well. They have a king and officers of state. Here he says that they have a king and officers of state. Honeybees have a king, means one leader they have. The only leader controls all and also supervises the complete administration of that particular kingdom, and they have officers too of that country. What do the officers do? The officers have their certain works, they perform certain tasks, everything. Where some like magistrates, and what kind of officers are there? Like magistrates. Magistrates means judges. What is the duty of the judges? They correct at home. They correct means if anybody makes wrong, makes mistakes, they supervises it. They analyzes it. They also punish that people if anybody does like that. And others like merchants. Some bees work like magistrates. They correct means they maintain law, and they also punish that culprits. Others like merchants. Some bees work like merchants. They venture the trade. Venture means take up some risky events or risky actions. Trade abroad. Abroad means in the foreign country also they make some business. Here, in the point of view of honeybees, foreign country means they go to other gardens for collecting the nectar from the flowers. By that time, if they are caught by the owner of that garden, there may be some risks for the honeybees. But even though they know that there are some risks, they go to that garden. They also collect that honey from that flowers. They also come back with happiness. Others like soldiers armed in the stings. Some honeybees are there. They work like soldiers. What is the duty of soldiers? They protect the country. Means they maintain the peace in the state. They armed in their stings. They have some stings. Stings means small sharp pointed organs of bees. They make boot upon the summer's velvet buds. During summer, they also collect nectar from the flowers, means small buds or small flowers. They collect that one. The boot, that is boot. Their collection is compared or said as boot. Boot means something gained or won. They gain something, that is called boot. And summer velvet, but small velvet means soft, very smooth buds, small buds, small flowers, small plants also, which pillars they with merry march bring home. After collection, what do? They come back with lot of happiness, and they steal or they loot that nectar from the flowers by force. They come with merry means very happiness, a lot of happily they come after means after a collection of that nectar. They come as if they succeeded something, triumphantly they come to the tent royal of their emperor, who busied in his majesty surveys the singing masons building roofs of gold, the civil citizens kneading up the honey. To the tent royal. To the tent royal means they collect the honey from the other gardens in other countries, and where do they bring? They bring to the royal tent of their emperor, royal tent of their king. And that king is who is busied in his majesty, who is very much busy in his work. What is his work? He surveys the singing masons building roofs of gold, the civil citizens kneading up the honey. And he surveys means he supervises the singing masons, the masons who are singing, that are singing while they are building the roofs. Roofs means the top part of that beehive of gold. What is the color of that beehive? If you observe, you find that it is in gold in color, or yellow in color, and he compares it with the gold, roofs of gold. They builds that roofs of gold by the nectar, and they are singing means here They work, but they never complain of their burdens. The civil citizens needing up the honey. The civil citizens means some common, some ordinary bees are there. They needing up the honey means they squeezing or mixing or blending, they are mixing that honey means all here what we understand from this stanza is means all kinds of bees have their own work, but their ultimate goal is the same. What is that? The welfare of the state, or the welfare of the other, or that making of beehive. The poor merchant porters crowding in their heavy burdens at his narrow gate, the sad eyed justice with his surly hum delivering over to executor's pale, the lazy yawning drone, I this infer. The poor merchant porters. Some bees are there, they are called porters, means they carry the honey, crowding in their heavy burdens at his narrow gate. Even their passage or their gate, or the way in which they go inside to the beehive, very narrow, means they have while they are bringing the heavy loads, they face lot of problems, but they never complain. Means the poet here sympathizes with the bees. Why? Because they are making lot of strenuous works, but they never complain. About this quality we need. The sad-eyed justice with his surly hum delivering over to executor's pale, the lazy yawning drone, I this infer. Here the sad-eyed justice, some other bees also there, they maintain law and order, they also punish the lazy drones. Lazy drones, the drones are unproductive. The male bee, lazy drone means here uh, male bee, they are on yawning means so they open their mouth widely and taking a lot of air in. They are yawning means it shows their laziness. Execute means they implement the plans. With his surly hum means surly means bad tempered, they are very angry, they say some words to make them work. They means they pass orders to the honeybees. I this infer means in this context I say that that many things having full reference. I this infer means I conclude that many things having full reference to one consent may work contrariously. Here they have different tasks, they have different works, but ultimately they come to one target. What is that? Making a good beehive. Like that, we the people also we may have some different professions, but different division of works also. But what we ultimately seek is the welfare of the state. As many arrows loosed several ways, many arrows we to the disc of that we have some to the disc we may release some arrows, but ultimately our target is to reach the disc. Come to one mark, they come to one mark. As many ways meet in one town, as many fresh streams meet in one salt sea, as many lines close in the dial center. How? If when we observe, see here they have different professions, different honeybees working styles are there, but ultimately their target is only one, that is the making of beehive. Like that, different arrows may be released, but ultimately they reach one target. Like that, many ways to meet in one town, we have many roads, but ultimately those roads have to come to meet at one place and to the one destination. And as many fresh streams meet in one salt sea, many rivers come, they are very fresh, but completely they uh, join that the salt sea, that the ocean. As many lines close in the dial center, we have the clock, we have the handles, that one handle shows that hours, one handle shows that minutes, and another one shows that seconds. Finally they come to one point at one time, and also they show the certain time, means they have some unity. Like that, we also people have to maintain the unity. Like this, all these examples love this, like this honeybees. So may a thousand actions once afoot and in one purpose, and be all well born without defeat. So here, may all thousand actions once afoot. Like that also, if we implement our actions thousand actions, even they are large in number and in one purpose. Our purpose should be same, but we have different actions, and finally we will undoubtedly get the success, he says. Here he says that here that Archbishop of that Canterbury advises the king Henry V all these examples from the lifestyle and organization skills of that honeybees. In this manner, he advises Henry V and also motivates him to learn many much knowledge from the life of honeybees. And it is not only for Henry V, for us also, we the human beings have to learn, have to find many points from the honeybees. Why? Because we the human beings have some problems. We always look at the nature for our problems to get solved. Our problems, we always look at the nature, because nature is a great master. There is every answer in the exist in the nature for our questions. That's why we have to observe the nature, we have to learn from the nature. And in this context, honeybees are the one example. Thank you so much for your watching. To watch more videos on grammar, lessons, spoken English, etc., please subscribe our channel if you haven't. And for our first year and second year, we also are uploading videos for grammar and all the activities of intermediate, and also for competitive English. And if you want this material, please save this number in your mobile to access the links, and WhatsApp me your name, study and place also. Thank you so much for your watching.